The technology that guides a missile to its target from miles away, and the tiny device that keeps a failing heart beating steady, both trace back to one man almost nobody has ever heard of. His name was Otis Boykin. Boykin was born in 1920 in Dallas, Texas. His father was a carpenter who later became a preacher. His mother, Sarah, was a maid, but she died of heart failure when Otis was barely a year old. He would spend his entire career working with electricity and precision and control. Decades before anyone could have called it a calling, Boykin graduated valedictorian of his high school class in Dallas, then earned a scholarship to Fisk University, where he studied physics and worked as a lab assistant at the school's aerospace laboratory. After graduating, he moved to Chicago, working his way up from a lab clerk to a foreman at a radio and television manufacturer. But Boykin wasn't interested in just building other people's designs. He wanted to build his own. He started experimenting with resistors, the small components that control the flow of electricity through a circuit. In 1949, he co-founded his own company. A few years later, he patented an improved precision resistor, one that was more reliable and far cheaper to manufacture than anything on the market. That single invention caught the attention of two of the biggest forces in 1950s America. The United States military started using his resistors to guide missiles. IBM started putting them inside their computers. A black engineer with no formal degree was now inside the guidance systems of American weapons and the circuitry of American computing. Most people who used either would never know his name, but Boykin's biggest contribution was still ahead of him. In the early 1960s, working at the Chicago Telephone Supply Corporation, Boykin developed a new kind of resistive material, and in partnership with Wilson Greatbatch, the inventor of the implantable pacemaker, that material became something extraordinary. A control unit, one that let doctors adjust a patient's heartbeat rhythm without surgery. The son of a woman who died of heart failure had just helped build the technology to keep other hearts beating. In 1968, that technology helped save the life of former President Dwight D. Eisenhower after a heart attack. Suddenly, the whole country was talking about pacemaker technology. Almost nobody was talking about the man who helped make it possible. By the end of his career, Otis Boykin held more than 24 patents. His inventions were inside missiles, inside computers, inside televisions, inside the chest of anyone who'd ever needed their heart regulated by a machine. In 1982, Otis Boykin died in Chicago of heart failure, the same condition that had taken his mother when he was only a year old. A man spent his whole life building the technology to keep failing hearts beating, and in the end, his own heart was the one that gave out. Had you ever heard Otis Boykin's name before today? Let us know in the comments. This is Black Excellence.